What's up everyone? In this quick video I want to talk about how to make your digital assets not to be dependent from other digital assets that you might have used when creating it. This is critical when you want to share your assets with others, and this will also ensure that your own assets, when you update them, won't break other HDAs. For instance, if you go and change parameter names or how the HDA works, chances are if any other HDA is dependent on it, it will also break that HDA. So Houdini has actually ability to embed any external dependencies for the HDA inside the actual HDA. And this is actually done very easily, and I want to showcase it, and also a couple more tricks to make sure that there are no more dependencies, other external dependencies on your HDAs when your HDAs maybe become a little bit more complex. So in this case I have basically a useless HDA, but the important part that, let me allow editing contents. The important part is that this HDA is dependent from my own TKN node, which is TKN node and two labs nodes. So that means if I go ahead and delete labs tools and my own HDA from the HDA library, that means that this HDA will break. So that's not really good. So what we can do is actually go ahead and embed all of the externals in HDAs inside this HDA. So let's take a look at how it's actually done. But before we do that, I wanted to show you this really cool tab that you can get for your digital assets, which for some reason is not even a default option when you open up Houdini by default. Basically, the idea is that you can see the namespace of the asset and the location where it is saved on disk. So by default you will not have this, but if you want it, and I would really highly suggest you to have it, go to assets, asset manager, configuration, and there's an option to asset definition toolbar, and just set it on show menu always. You can see if I press on hide, you can see there's nothing. But if you show menu always, this definition is super useful to see what kind of definition each node is actually using. And with this tab, let's go inside this node, and we'll see that the basically all the nodes here are the default Houdini nodes except for these three. So my TKN node, you can see the namespace and where it is located, and two labs nodes, something like an edge group to polylines, which is super useful. Again, this is side effects labs nodes, and the boolean curve node also side effects package. So this tool is now dependent from for these three nodes to have. And obviously it is also dependent that in the future in side effects labs this node does not change, because it is always using the latest definition on it when we update something like labs, and chances are that maybe they change this node, how it works, and basically we cannot guarantee that this HDA that we have created will always work, because it is dependent from HDAs that are out of our immediate control, at least for now. And one last thing before we go and embed this asset, I wanted to show you this asset inside the asset manager. Just press on it on right click and you can see there's an option to show in asset manager. Basically this is the same window that we just opened up. It's just going to center on this asset. In this case you can see in the current heap file we have this I call this forever asset inside here, and we will take a look at what's going to change in this window when we embed our assets inside it. So let's close this window. The only thing that you have to go ahead and do is go to the assets, other asset tools, and there's an ability to embed internal assets. Just go ahead and press it. So if nothing happened, if no windows and no errors has happened, so that means it has updated the tool, and we have now all the external dependencies are now embedded inside the HDA. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Allow editing of content. Let's go inside. So the TKN node, you can see now, if I go ahead and put down a drop down, you can see there's two namespaces for it now. You can see the original node which was used previously, and now it has basically copied an entire network of this HDA and stored it inside this HDA. And to make sure that there's no naming conflict, it has this really complicated namespace, because the namespace is local to this HDA. So that's actually really cool. And obviously anything also, and also for these labs nodes, you can see the namespace has been automatically selected in this one. If I go ahead and select this back to this, that means again I'm using the external node locations, so I do not want to do that. And for more, and also this one you can see it has been changed to this one. And for more simpler HDAs, this is the only thing that you have to do, and it's basically going to automatically work. But for me, on some of the more complicated HDAs, it actually threw up some errors and didn't automatically switch between these. So the idea is that we should always make sure that all the external dependencies has been put to the local ones. So the way that we can do that is actually a couple of ways that we can check it. But let's go ahead and save this node type and match current definition. Let's take a look at it inside the asset manager. And look what has changed. What has changed? You can see that under my forever asset, which is basically this one, we have now the main asset, but we also have these three assets that the node is dependent, that internally is defined in it, also available. So how cool is this to see what definitions are actually embedded inside this asset? And one cool thing also is that you can actually go ahead and use this ticker node again. If you go ahead and place on ticker node, again, this we can select between the two definitions of the assets inside this network. If I go outside it and press on ticken plus, you can see I do not have this definition inside here because this HDA is only defined inside here locally. So this is a cool thing that you can do. And once you have created your local copy inside here, you can just use it again by searching the same node, and by default I think it should always select the copy of it before selecting the actual asset on disk, basically the local copy. So that's how we have made our asset independent from any external assets. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the tricks that we can use to make sure that all the assets has been switched to the local definition. As I mentioned before, there might be there basically could be like an error message of some sort of a Python error that could pop up when you press on these embed internal assets. So this means that in my experience, that means that it has not set, it has created the copies of the HDAs, but it has not switched between those to the local definition of the HDA. So the thing is that we have to make sure if this error happens, that we are actually switched to it. So one cool thing that you can do is actually search nodes by type. If you go inside this network and press on Control F while in the network, what we can do is actually search by the type. And what we can do is actually use the typical pattern matching. So what we can do is say, okay, we can add filter. I want to search by the type. I want to match this pattern. And what I want to do is search for any labs nodes. So putting the word labs between the asterisks will search all the nodes that has labs in it in its type definition. You can see we get only one node. If you go ahead and press on it, you can see we going to zero over on this node. But obviously we know that we have actually two nodes. So what you can do is actually press on search child network. And if you press on it, you can see it's going to automatically find our edge group, which is the here, and the internal, which is one subnetwork deep, our Boolean node. And if you press on it, it's going to automatically select these nodes, and we can manually check that definition has been set to the internal definition. So the ticket node, actually, so this would be my my namespace. Let's go ahead and try to use it. Something like this, and you can see it's actually found all three HDAs. So this is because we have now already for the lab nodes we have switched to the internal definition, and internal definition name also includes the namespace for my forever asset. So that means, so this is why it actually also finds all of these internally. But I think that if we would switch it, if the reason why we would search for it is that it has not switched to it, I don't think it would actually find the lab nodes. It only would find this node. So let's go ahead and try to switch to the, or let's go ahead and try to maybe switch back to the external definition for these nodes. And you can see it has automatically said, okay, I have found only one node with mass prefix, which is my namespace for this HDA. Since we have now switched to the external definition. If we switch on it, you can see it's automatically go ahead and found it. So yeah, so that's actually really cool to actually go ahead and, if you get some sort of errors, to manually go through all the nodes that you might have used, and making sure that the dependency has been set to the internal ones. So this is going to make sure that our asset is not broken when we move it around, or we change our assets, or some of the external asset dependencies are not present. So I think that's basically it for this video. I showed everything that I wanted this video, I think, and I hope you find it useful, and see you next time.